Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So here it is. This is my Gridiron and Glory model prediction video. So for those of you who don't know, we have a brand new Warhammer preview show happening this Saturday the 17th of October, called Gridiron and Glory. Every Warhammer bloody preview show they do, I always do one of these model prediction videos, so today is no different. So let's jump in and let's get talking. Now for those of you who don't know, every single Warhammer preview show I dress up as a character from Warhammer 40,000. We've already done Sisterak, we've already done Valrak. Have I missed someone? I've done someone else. I'm not too sure what I've done, but this one is going to be Valrak. So I have to dress up as Perturabo. So make sure you come and join the watch along this Saturday at 1:45 because I'm sure it's going to be a fancy little show. I have a great idea how to show off Perturabo in my own little way. Anyway, let's move on to the model predictions. Now, this show is called Gridiron and Glory, and actually the article dedicated to this does say, if you're a fan of Bloodbowl, Warhammer Underworlds, and Warcry, will have something extra special for you. Now, extra special is the wording I'm looking at there, so that does mean that it will have Warhammer 40,000, it will have Age of Sigmar, but mostly I think it's going to be dedicated to those three games that we've just spoke about. Gridiron itself is a term used in American football, aka hand egg, as I like to call it. I know a lot of people were saying that to me on my video when it was first announced. Oh, Gridiron is, it's American, football word, Valrak, so that's where the Blood Bowl comes into it. Glory, a lot of people have been saying that is dedicated to like Underworlds or Warcry or something. I'm not too convinced about that, but I'm sure we'll see in the coming days. What I personally think is going to be happening is that, of course, Blood Bowl, is it a new? I say new season. The new edition is going to be announced, so I think that's going to focus on that. When it comes to Underworlds and Warcry, I think it's the new High Elves, whatever they're called, for AOS. They're going to be coming into that game, I think. Now, when it comes into Warhammer 40,000, I think we've had enough when it comes to Space Marines. Now, as a Space Marine fan, of course, I want more Space Marines, but I think it's time to the Xenos and the Chaos factions start getting some love. Now, in past shows, we've had little bits of teasers when it comes to certain different models. We had the Orc shown off, we had the Sister of Battle, we had the Death Guard shown off, but we've already seen the Death Guard now with the announcement of the new Death Guard Codex, along with all the other supplements coming for the Space Marine Codex, so I don't think they'll go into that road again, because we've seen all that stuff. So I'm really got my fingers crossed now for some Xenos teases on the horizon. I'm still really interested to see what they're going to do with the Orcs, because again, the last teaser that we got, we saw a little bit of an Orc body, so I'm wondering what have they got planned for the Orcs. Is it going to be more infantry based? Is it just going to be like just a certain characters gonna be done? I know I've been saying for a long time I would love if they did new boys. I know a lot of my Orc friends always look at me disgust when I say that, because they have like millions and millions of Orc boys already painted, and just the thought of painting new Orc boys would send them into a spiral of despair. When it comes to the Dark Eldar, Lilieth Hesperex, hopefully I'm saying her name right, that was one of the models that people have been theorizing was the Dark Eldar model that was teased on that side as well. We've actually seen some rumor images dedicated to her, so again, that goes along with the same lines as the Orcs. Is it just going to be like a character model for the Dark Eldar? Are the Dark Eldar going to start getting more love? Are they going to get, new infantry models, new vehicle models, all that kind of stuff? If you look at Warhammer 40,000 at this moment, it seems that when they're doing all these new races, well, I say doing the new races, when they are redoing the races, they're going for like a full-on refresh, like the Necron one, the Death Guard one that we had in 8th edition. I think every army deserves to get that refresh. There's something that actually is really interesting that happened this week, is that they shown off like a kind of a rumor image. Well, it was a rumor image, not kind of a rumor image. It was a rumor image of like eggs and like some kind of bugs coming out of it. Now, for me, straight away, I thought Vespid. A lot of people say, no, it's not Vespid because there's different eyes. But I'm just saying maybe it is Vespid. They're just redesigning how the actual model looks. I know a lot of people are saying, no, it's an Amble, but we've seen Amble before. We've seen what their larva looks like if you buy the Blackstone Fortress stuff. So for me, I'm wondering if they actually have a plan to like make the Vespids into more of a race now in Warhammer 40,000. Again, this is just like well, I think this image that you see in the background is more like scenery kind of based, but it'd be really interesting to see like the Tau actually receive the Vespids and, you know, actually give them flying units and stuff like that. We've actually seen a lot of flyers coming from different armies, and the Mechanicus were just one with their, you know, their new like wing people. So it'd be nice to see other races get that kind of love as well. But if we really want to go down the rabbit hole and we want to go into Fairyland and, you know, Madland, let's say, Imperial Guard is something that I would absolutely love to see in this preview. Just a little tease maybe of like new Imperial Guard kits. I know a lot of people, myself included, have been banging on about the old Imperial Guard regiments that they no longer make, like the Praetorians, the Talon Desert Raiders, the Vostrian Firstborn, the Mordian Iron Guard. You know, all these regiments that really brought people in, they all had that certain flavour to it. Now, I always have to state that Cadia is a fantastic regiment. I love the look of Cadia, but it's always nice to have something else on the battlefield looking its own little way. So if they really wanted to blow my socks off, they could do something like that. Also, talking about stuff about blowing my socks off, Black Templars. There's been some rumblings on the interwebs about Black Templars. I haven't done a video about it or anything like that because I've heard it all before, basically, and I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't want to get your hopes up and stuff like that. But if they could show us something during this preview that could maybe confirm this, I don't know, maybe like a Black Templar symbol with like some, you know, no remorse, no pity, no fear over it, then that would really get the hype up for me and I'd be losing my bloody mind. One thing I actually would like to see from this, and it's not really a model prediction, but it's book predictions. Let's go book predictions. Codexes. Now, we've had the next 4 announced, which is the Blood Angels, the Death Watch, the Space Wolves, and the Death Guard. That is great. That is fine and dandy. We know those are going to be coming out, but I'd like to know what's coming out after that now. Now, I would like to say it's going to be heavily Xenos stuff, so maybe like Tau, Eldar, Dark Eldar, Harlequins, but maybe they can switch around, like put Chaos Space Marine Codex in there. But I've been saying now for a couple of months, when they do the Chaos Space Marine Codex, I would like them to do it like what the Space Marines got back in 8th edition, where they put the main Space Marine Codex out, and then you have supplements dedicated to each, maybe like, you know, Warband or Traitor Legion. So like Iron Warriors maybe get one, Night Lords get one, Word Bearers get one, and they get the same amount of love that the Loyalists got last edition. I really think that could work out well for GW if they did something like that, and I'm sure a lot of Chaos people who play these Chaos armies would also love that as well. Now, of course, we have to end the prediction video with one of the biggest predictions we always do, we always make, we always talk about, and that is, of course, a Primarch. We need another bloody Primarch in Warhammer 40,000. I'm sure people will disagree, I'm sure people will agree. I want more Primarchs returning. I know there's a lot of people at the moment speculating the Lion because the Dark Angel Codex has been left out all these supplements, and people are like, they've done this for a reason. You know, the Lion's coming back, the hyping up his return, which again, I actually would like that, but I don't think that's going to happen. I personally think if they do bring another Primarch back into Warhammer 40,000, it's going to be a Traitor Primarch, because when you have a Traitor Primarch come back into the lore, into the story, they can easily be fit into that lore or story subject, because it's just a Traitor Primarch coming back. He's got his own little agenda. You know, if Fogrid comes back, you know, it's all about, you know, excess, pleasure, you know, skinning people, making, you know, new chair covers and stuff with their skin because he's a psychopath. When Angron comes back, he's just, you know, blood for the blood god, you know, skulls for the skull throne, you know, kill, maim, burn, purge, blood and stuff. It's really easy to slot in. If the Lion comes back, then you have this situation where you have to like get all the politics set up. Does he see eye to eye with Rabute? What if he dislikes what Rabute is doing? Where does that lead? Does Rabute welcome another Primarch coming back? You know, there's so many things attached to a Loyalist coming back. I think it's a lot more work for GW to do. So maybe that could happen. Well, actually, I think it will happen, but not during this edition. So fingers crossed that there is a Primarch coming back, and if it is, then hopefully it's going to be one of the big boys. And, well, I say hopefully. If one does come back, then it has to be Rogal Dawn, because Rogal Dawn is the greatest Primarch, but I don't see that happening anytime soon because he's fortifying the webway in my mind. So there we go, a few little model predictions from me. As I said at the start, I think Bloodbowl, Warhammer Underworlds and Warcry are going to benefit from this preview the most. Again, I do think there's going to be a little bit of 40k in there, a little bit of AOS, but it's mainly going to be dedicated to those games. But we'll have fun on the day. Again, I'm going to be dressing up as Valtarabo, Perturabo. Again, I have a real nice idea for that. We'll be here, we'll have a chat, we'll have a laugh as we always do. So if you're around, come and join the watch along with me. And yeah, I'll see you there. We'll have a nice laugh. If you've got any thoughts, feedback, your model predictions, anything like that, post it down below in the comment section. And of course, we'll have a nice little discussion talk down there as we always do. See you everyone. Have a great day and bye-bye.